They are coming from different parts of Africa. So we have one of our panelists, which is myself, coming from Nigeria. We have Joan from Kenya. We have Mikah, Edwin from Cameroon. So it's like we are coming up with these different ideas and bringing it into giving you the very best. Okay. All right. So that's about the speakers, and then we'll be going to understanding the purpose of the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. What is the purpose of this scholarship? You know, someone actually said that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable, right? When you don't know the purpose of anything, then abuse of that thing is inevitable. So we need to understand what is the purpose of the CSC scholarship. Are they out there to do some charity job for us, or are they out there for serious business? Why are they giving you a scholarship? Okay, so we need to know that. So the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship, okay, it's an initiative, okay, from the United Kingdom, and their aim is to equip talented, as they said on their website, equip talented and motivated individuals to gain knowledge and skills required for sustainable development, and are aimed at those who could not otherwise afford to study in the UK. So this is directly from their website, and that's how you read and get to know why this scholarship is what this scholarship is all about. So remember, it is to enable talented and motivated. You need to underline these words. These words are very important, and these words, you should use them while you're writing your essays, okay? Because these key words are very, very important to the CSC. It is aimed at equipping talented, so you must present yourself to be talented, motivated individuals with the skills and knowledge that they need for sustainable development, okay? These are keywords. So now this scholarship is offered with under six broad themes. The first theme is science and technology for development. The other theme is strengthening health systems and capacity. Another one is promoting global prosperity. The fourth theme is strengthening global peace, security, and governance. We have another theme which is strengthening resilience and response to crisis. Okay, and the last theme is access, inclusion, and opportunity. So whatever you are applying for must be either in one or more of these themes. Okay, so whatever you're applying for should be either in one or more of these themes. So please, if you're joining in, please keep your stuff on mute, please. Kindly mute yourself, please. All right, so okay, I think I've been able to work on that now. Okay, so the purpose is to contribute to development needs of Commonwealth countries. Now, remember that the Commonwealth countries, these are countries that were originally under the British Empire. So the purpose of this scholarship is to contribute to the development needs of Commonwealth countries by providing training for skilled and qualified professionals and academics, and to contribute to UK higher education and foreign policy aims by encouraging collaboration and links. Now, everything on this page is very important. One thing you should note here is that, first of all, it is to contribute to development needs. Underline that word, development needs. It means that whatever you're saying in your application, you must identify a development need. Okay? You must identify a development need in a Commonwealth country. Okay? And you must pitch yourself that the training and the skills you're going to get is going to help you, deliver on those needs. So that's basically what the CSC scholarship is aimed at. It's aimed at these people, and it's aimed to develop the Commonwealth countries. Another thing we need to understand here is the benefit of the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. There are several benefits of this scholarship, several benefits. I can't go through all of them right here, but they are, number one, it's one of the most prestigious and competitive scholarships in the world. It is one of the most prestigious and the most competitive scholarships in the world. Now, it has a large network, and you can gain this network, okay? Now, it is through this scholarship I met Edwin. It is through this scholarship I met Joan. And today, we are buddies, we are friends, we are colleagues, we are allies, and we built networks, okay? And since it was established in 1959, over 30,000 individuals have held a Commonwealth scholarship or fellowship. So imagine this pool of people, 30,000 individuals from different countries, from different nationalities and all that you can tap from. Also, it is a fully funded scholarship. It is a fully funded scholarship. It means that your air ticket is provided, your tuition fee is paid for, your visa is paid for, your stipend is paid, warm clothing allowance is paid, thesis grant is paid, study travel grant is paid, excess baggage luggage when you're going back home is paid, reimbursement for your TB test is paid. And if you're widowed, divorced, or a single parent, and you have children, the Commonwealth pays each child, the first child, an allowance of 478 pounds per month for the first child, and 118 pounds per month for the second and third child under the age of 16. So you see, please guys, when you come in, can you mute yourself, please? You're disturbing our meeting, please. Can you just mute yourself? You're already muted when you're joining in. Kindly, please do not unmute yourself, please. Thank you so much. All right, so that is it. All right. So you can see that if you're widowed, if you're divorced, if you're a single parent, the scholarship is all there for you. Now, so if you aggregate all the amount here in Nigerian naira, it is above 20 million naira just for 1 year. 20 million naira just for 1 year. I'm going to say it again. If you aggregate everything that the scholarship is going to spend, CSC is going to spend for you, it is above 20 million naira in just a year. Now listen to this. If someone tells you to write a proposal for a 20 million naira grant that will last just a year, tell me the energy you're going to put in writing that. Now that's the same energy you need to put in while developing your Commonwealth scholarship essays, because listen, it is a 20 million naira scholarship and above. It's above 20 million naira. So nobody wants to invest 20 million naira on you when you've not done your due diligence. Now this is why you need guidance. This is why you need to put your best foot forward, because they are going to be spending for each person above 20 million naira. Okay, so that is all about that, and I'll be moving straight to the panel session. Okay, so this is the panel session where we'll be talking about what the CSC is looking for in a candidate. What the CSC is looking for in a candidate. Okay. All right. So, Joan, please, can you just tell us, what do you think the CSC is looking for in a candidate?
So, besides your academic merit, CSC tries to look for your potential work that you're going to do on your return back home. Should they give you the scholarship to go and do your master's, what are you coming back to do? What development needs are you coming to meet when you come back to your country? That's really significant. They really want to check that besides your academic merits. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. Thanks for that point. We'll come back to you again. So one each now, and then we'll come back to you, Joan. So Edwin, please, what do you think the CSC is looking for in a candidate?
So I think I'm going to align with Joan on most of the points there. And then I'll just add that one thing that stands out is your leadership. It's the potential for impact that you can create. as an individual and in synergy with other persons. And most importantly, commitment. I think if there is something I've seen, which is true across the board for a number of scholars, they believe in something which is bigger than themselves, and they are very committed to bringing about a difference and a transformation in
Very
other
committed in
aspects.
bringing about a difference,
Yeah.
bringing about a change, bringing about sustainable development. Wonderful. So these are keywords that we should note, please. Okay, and I think on my own part, one thing I'm going to say before I hand it over back to Joan to tell us again one more thing that she thinks the CSC is looking for in a candidate. Um, Before I go back to her, one thing I should say is that creativity and originality are the hallmark of a true scholar. Creativity and originality are the hallmark of a true scholar. Okay, Mr. Edwin, you have been told that you should speak louder, that they can barely hear you. Right, so the next time you should shout, bro. All right, so creativity and originality are the hallmark of a true scholar. Now, the CSC wants to be very sure that you are a very creative individual, because you cannot drive change, you cannot drive sustainable development if you're not creative, if you're not a person that takes initiative, if you're not a person that sees a problem and you do all you can to solve that problem, you cannot drive change. So the CSC wants to know that you are original. Now, when you're already copying essays of people, of past scholars, it shows that you're not original. When you start asking scholars, oh, please send me your essay, and then you copy and paste already, you're already showing that you are not creative. If you're saying what every other person have already said before to gain the Commonwealth Scholarship, it also shows that you're not creative enough. So please, you must pitch yourself as a very creative person, as a very original person. And this should be, you should be original in your writing, you should be original in everything you do and say, okay? I think that's two things that the Commonwealth, they're looking for: creativity, originality. All right, Joan, do you think there's any other thing that we need to know that the CSC is looking for in a candidate?
What I can say is that they also want to see how well-rounded you are. As much as they say that they're looking for people maybe with first classes and second class upper, show them how well-rounded you are. Do not be all focused in books as well. Show them what extracurricular activities you've been engaged in the past. Maybe in your employment, what have you been engaged in to help the society? Or when you're in school, what did you engage in other than being in school studying? What have you been engaged in as well, to show them that you're just not focused in books alone.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a great one there. That's a great one there. We can't overemphasize that. Your non-curricular activity, okay, you need to show them that you are out there doing something other than just reading books and passing exams. Okay, so Mikah, please, can you just tell us what do you think the CSC is looking for in a candidate? Anything more that you think you can add?
So before I proceed, I don't know if they can hear me now better. So I've kept my headset away. Is that better? Well,
yeah, okay.
I think it's fine. It's fine.
Someone is saying it's better.
That's great. So for starters, I don't have the voice Faithful has. That guy is a teacher. So he's definitely more audible than I am. I think the only thing I'm going to add is CSC is looking for diversity. In as much as we'll tell you that, okay, these are the things, but even though we're going to give you all these criteria about who an ideal scholar is, I think they also want diversity in their pool. And when you talk about
beautiful,
talk about what makes you stand out of the crowd. The easiest way to get like everyone else, you focus on those things that makes you unique. And I think CSC is going to value that a lot because they are looking for that diversity within their cohorts of scholars. Yeah.
Beautiful. That's so great. That's so great. I need to add one more thing here. Remember, this scholarship is aimed at developing the Commonwealth nations. Okay? So one thing that the CSC is looking for, they are looking for someone that is passionate about developing their country. Someone that is passionate about developing their community. Someone that is passionate about seeing transformation in their nation. That's the kind of person the CSC is looking for. And you don't just have to say this. You need to show that you have the track record of developing your community also. So they need to see that, oh, you've done something in the past, no matter how small it has been. They need to see that you've done something in the past that shows that you are out there transforming your society. Okay, so the Commonwealth is not looking for those that says that's looking for what the country can do for them. The Commonwealth Shared Scholarship is looking for the people that think that they can do something about their nation. All right, so you need to pitch yourself as this kind of a person. You need to pitch yourself as this kind of a person. Someone is saying they can't hear me. Can you hear me now? Hello?
I think it may be the person's network.
I think, okay, I guess it will be the person's network. So thank you for that. Thank you for that feedback. Okay, so that's one thing I think you need to show. You need to know that. Another thing, again, I need to add here is that the Commonwealth is interested in knowing, is looking for someone that knows about a need that their country has. Okay? The Commonwealth is interested in knowing, is looking for a person that knows a need that their country has. You must know a need that your country has. You must know where it is biting your country. Okay? And you must show through data that this is the problem that your country is facing. Through data. Data can be from the World Health Organization, can be from World Bank, can be from any outlet, any reliable outlet, but you need to show that yes, you know the problems your country is facing and you are out there to fix it. Okay? All right. I don't know, Joan and Edwin, if there's anything more that you want to add about the candidate, the kind of candidate that the CSC is looking for. If there's any, you can just speak.
I think one last thing I would say is the CSC is pretty interested in people that know where they're headed. So they are not naive enough to think that your plans will not change. I think it's really crazy to think that your plans are not going to change. They will change every single year or months, even after you arrive the UK, should you get the scholarship. But they really want people who at least have an idea of where they are going to or have a glimpse of it. Okay, so you don't have to have everything figured out, but you just don't want to leave everything to God. You know, that's not good enough. You probably want to have a plan. The plan may not work, but have the plan at least. So that's another thing. You really want to spend a lot of time thinking about where are you headed. And I think the CSC is going to really appreciate that in her, you know, the selection process.
Great. Thank you so much. Joan, do you think that you want to add any other thing before we move to the next session?
No, not from my end.
All right, so I'm just going to say this again just to wind up this session about the ideal candidate that the CSC is looking for. I'm going to say this, and the repetition calls for emphasis. Please, the CSC is looking for you to know you. I'm going to say that again. The CSC is looking to know you. You're unique. You're different from me. All right? You have your own unique way of approaching problems. You have your own unique way of solving problems. You have your own unique way of seeing the world. You have your own unique way of seeing change in your society. You are different from me. You are unique. You are an individual. You are you are awesome. So the CSC wants to know how awesome you are, how unique you are. So be yourself and sell yourself in the best possible light. Don't try to be me. Don't try to be like all the past scholars that you've heard about. That is why you must not copy anybody's personal statement. You must not copy anybody's development impact. You must be yourself. Be yourself and sell yourself. The The CSC have read a lot of applications, and they can detect when you are not selling yourself, where they can detect when you're selling 10 other people merged as yourself. They can detect it. So just be yourself and sell yourself, and they want to know you, they want to see you. Okay. All right. So after that, so we are done with the panel session, and we'll just be going to the next session, which will be where we would I'll be giving you the overview of the application process. So just like you know, the Commonwealth application for the shared scholarship, it's a shared, why they call it a shared scholarship is because it is a scholarship in partnership with a UK university. Okay, so there are different types of Commonwealth scholarships, right? There are Commonwealth scholarship whereby your nominating agency would be from your home country. That will be your nominating agency. Okay, but the Commonwealth shared scholarship, your nominating agency is the UK university, and they take responsibility. The UK university are the ones paying you your stipends. Okay, so they share the responsibility between themselves and then the Commonwealth body. So when you're applying for the Commonwealth scholarship, you need to make 2 applications. For each course, you need to go to the course, the list of courses, approved courses. You check the course you're interested in, and for each of those courses, you then apply to both the CSC portal and the university portal for that course. Okay, so you're going to be making 2 applications for each course that you want to apply for. You're going to apply to the CSC portal and the university portal. Now, I'm going to say something here that is very important. When people are applying for the Commonwealth scholarship, do you know what they do? Because they have a 2-1 and they have their transcript, and their transcript has good grades, and they know that they can get admission from any UK university, most UK universities. So what they do is that they just apply anyhow they like for an admission, and hopefully they get the admission. And then when it gets to the CSC portal, that is where they now want to show that they are very good in writing essays. That's when they want to show that they are very good in everything that they want to do. But this is where many people miss it. The thing is this: it is the university that is going to recommend you to the Commonwealth to the Commonwealth. It is the university. So when you're applying to the university, you must put your best foot forward. You must be the perfect candidate. You must be that individual that the university will say, wonderful, if we are giving 1 admission this year, then this person is the person that has that admission. So when you're applying to university, you please give it your best, because it will be the same people that are reading your application for your university. Most likely will be the same people that will recommend you for that scholarship. And when you're applying to them and you don't apply well, and then you go to the CSC and then you apply very well, they may not be confident enough to give you the scholarship, because another person has applied for that same course and already proved that they are good enough. Okay, so I believe that is all said. So when you're applying to the university, most UK universities, these are what they need from you. They need you to have your undergraduate degree from a recognized university. They need you to have your university transcript and certificates, so you should have all that ready. You should have a national passport or any document showing your proof of citizenship. Okay, you need to have these 3 things ready. And then you need to also have your detailed CV ready and 2 recommendation letters. For most UK universities, you need 2 recommendation letters, and you also need a personal statement. Okay, now if you observe, I differentiated this slide with 2 colors. The first 3, you can't do anything about it right now. You can't do anything about your undergraduate degree, whether it's 2-1, whether it's first class, whether it's 2-2, and you have your master's degree now. You can't do anything about it. It has passed. Your university transcript and certificate, you can't do anything about it now. It is gone. Your national passport, where the country you're from, you can't do anything about it now. It's gone. But your CV, your recommendation letter, your personal statement, you can do something about those. Okay, and that's why I changed the color there. And these are, I'll just go through this, the kind of CV you should develop. Now, remember, I'm saying that when you're applying to the school, put your best foot forward, because it is the school that will recommend you. So your CV should contain something like this. In your CV, you should summarize who you are. And it should also in your CV show that you are interested in developing your community. You should show that you've also participated previously in developing your community. So it should be an academic CV, and it should be between 2 to 3 pages. Okay, you can go as far as 3 pages for a master's degree. You can go as far as 3 pages, and that will be no problem. When I applied for this Commonwealth Shared Scholarship to the University of Stirling, my CV was a 4-page CV. All right, now it is not quantity here that matters. It is quality. It is a 4-page quality CV. I was not repeating myself. It was quality, okay? So you can go as far as 3 pages, but make it to stand out. So you should include your educational background, all the courses you've done before, you should include them. You don't even need to include your secondary school qualifications, but if you want to, that's fine. Also, your work experience, be detailed here. And remember, you are applying for the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. So in your work experience, show that you've been that course. Let the work experience be related to the course you're applying for. Okay? And be detailed. So when you put, for example, teacher, I was a mathematics teacher at community secondary school, Abraka, for example. Then underneath that, you should talk about what you did during those roles, about like 4 lines that would explain what you did in those roles. And you should use active verbs like I taught, I developed a new curriculum for the school, I achieved 100% success in my students' performance, and all that. You should use active words that will demonstrate that you know what you're doing and you've been achieving results. This you should do for all of your work experience, and they should reiterate your commitment to developing your community, okay? This part here is part that most people don't know about, but it is a silent, important part that plays a big role in you getting the Commonwealth Shared Scholarship. All right, so you should also, on your CV, you should have a place where you say leadership and community development experience, okay? So you should talk about how you've developed your community in the past, right? I was a PAU scholar, I was a Pan-African University scholar, and I was stating there how I wanted to transform my community, how I have shown that through the Pan-African University scholarship that I got, I was able to transform my community. You should show that. Were you a secretary in a club? Talk about it. Did you lead a community development initiative? Talk about it. And use active verbs, use action words to show that you've achieved results during those your community development initiatives. So another section of your CV should include conferences, workshops, and seminars that you've attended. And these workshops and conferences that you've attended should be related to the course you're applying for. And they should be related to the development need in your community. This is on your CV for you're applying to university. You should show that you've attended conferences, you've attended workshops. Thank God now we are all online and there are so many workshops going out there, right, that are online, and some of them they are free. Join them and put them on your CV. Okay, so publication here and research experience. Show that you have publications, show that you have work experience here. Publication and research experience. So have you published a paper? Put it there. If you don't have any paper that is published, but you have your thesis that you've written, just write under publication, write thesis. And then you write, for example, John 2015, application of sentiment analysis in developing a robust, maybe any whatever you worked on for your undergraduate, you write it, full stop. Then you now say an unpublished thesis, an unpublished undergraduate thesis submitted to the University of Ibadan for a master's, for a BSc in so and so, something like that. So if you have a master's degree, for example, you have a 2-2 and then you have a master's degree, you should also put your research experience there. All right, so put your research experience there. So do you have any patents and do you have any awards? Please put all your awards there. Did you receive any NYSC award? Put it there. Okay, you were the best student in this, best student in that, put it there. All this should be on your CV while applying to the school. All right, you were the best worker for January, put it there. all right, and just give a little one-line heading, a one-line explanation of what that award is, if the title is not clear enough. All right. Okay. So you should also put training and certification. You said you are interested in fintech. You said you are interested in gender and policy. You said you're interested in public health, but you do not have any certification on public health. You do not have, and you've not attended any training on fintech. You've not attended any training on health systems. But you say you're interested in these things. How will they know they're really interested? You should have certifications. Now, when I say certifications, I don't mean the CFAs and all the likes. If you have that, wonderful. But if you don't have that, then there are online certifications like you can get from Coursera, from EDX, from Udemy. These are online courses that you can take on fintech, for example, or on public health, for example. You get certification there. You to also come with a URL where you can have a link to the certificate, so they can click on that link and then they'll be able to see your certification. All right, so you should have something like that. You should have something